right, we about to get started. Let's let everybody load in. Get everything good. We're about to get started. Give me a second while I get everything pulled up here. We're gonna get started. Give me 1 second. Right here, tap in with him. This is King right here. Hope everything is well on your side. What up, bro? The Beer Guy Corp. I haven't seen my guy in a minute, man. Shout outs to you, my guy. How you been, bro? It's good to see you, man. Let's go. Let me pull up. I'm just trying to check on everything right now, making sure I'm on all my platforms. Everything's all good. What's the latest in your business? The beer guy, talk to me, bro. How's everything been going for you? Okay, so I'm gonna go to this camera. The beer guy, talk to me, bro. How's everything been going for you? Mm, we're gonna get into some business stuff. I want to get into talking about specifically scaling and using AI to scale and grow, and how we've been using it and how we got here today. How we've been blessed to been growing, traveling the world, and doing all the stuff we're doing. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Specifically, scaling and using AI to scale and grow, and how we've been using it and how we got here today. How we've been blessed to been growing, traveling the world, and doing all the stuff we're doing. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. All right, so shout outs to the beer guy, Court, man. I hear it, ups and downs. That's what this business life is all about, man. We gotta go through it. It's never easy, but as long as you keep pushing and persevering, this entrepreneurship game is all about who has the strongest ability to keep going when everything is hitting the fan, man. Because I've seen a lot of people start in business and then they end up failing, and it's really just a lack of commitment. So the fact that you still pushing through, man, I'm proud of you, man. Keep it going. So let's get into what we want to talk about today. Let me pull up my docs here. I had some good docs I wanted to pull up for you guys. What I want to talk about today is about how we got here, because I started doing my business really with just getting into the entire. I wanted to sell music, guys. I wanted to do merch. Like that's what I had started my business plan on. And somehow today we're now able to be doing automations, AI, working with $100 million clients. Like how did all this stuff happen? So I'm gonna break all that down on like how the journey of the business entrepreneurship happened with me and how I'm able to do what I do now. So the first thing I want you guys to understand is that wherever you are in your business right now is not going to be where you stay at forever. There's going to be ups and downs and growth and different things and pivots that allow you to change and get into new opportunities, new business, new things, okay? So that's the first thing I want you to understand. And it all started with me when I wanted to support my god brother who passed away to suicide. His name is Louis Almazar. I was supporting him, and I didn't see this coming that he was going to commit suicide. And when he did, it really hurt me and left a big void in my heart. And that was when I started to work with my cousin, who is Kenny V, and we started to work on his passion for music and for business and the stuff that he was doing. But he was focused more on just making music, being a content person. And the thing was, a lot of people weren't actually supporting his dreams. And I didn't want what happened to my god brother to happen to my cousin. I didn't want him to commit suicide. So that's when I doubled down and started to help him and actually create an actual plan of like, okay, the what is going to be our thing that differentiates us from everybody else in the industry, because there's a lot of people out there who do digital marketing, who do music, who do merch, who do all these things, but how are they actually like creating buzz in the marketplace? How are they different? So our whole strategy was about actually leveraging what we do, as far as like we make content, we make videos, we make music, we make all these things, leveraging that content and actually making something that people can tap in with. So what we did was we made a bundle. We made a tank top, a sticker, and a CD. 15 bucks, you get this whole bundle. And what we did was we leveraged Instagram to actually be our promotional tool. So we started to promote it on Instagram, and that gave us the ability to start growing our following locally. When somebody would buy a product or somebody would do something with us, we would then post that picture on Instagram. Instagram had just come out and it was starting to blow up. So we used that, and it started to grow from there. The next thing we did was we actually started to leverage that promotion and started to get on news channels, get on different type of news channels and different type of places where people can see what we were doing. So we started to send out the examples. Hey, we've had over 100 people buy products and services from us. Now let's go on News 12, a local news source. Let's go on the blogs. Let's go on the newspapers. And that started to build buzz. And then we started to go to a lot of events. So once you start leveraging social media, you start showing social proof. I use social media as my social proof mechanism, right? And then I went to real life events, and I started to talk to people in real life and show them my results that were online. So that's when I started to go to conferences, go to events, go to different meetups. And at first it was all related to music industry stuff about how to get in the music business, how to get into the clothing line business, different things that we were doing at the time. And while I was there, I was realizing that a lot of people didn't think the way I thought. They thought a little bit differently. They were focused more on the creative, on the artistry, and all this type of stuff. They weren't focused on the business side. Me, I'm very passionate about business, operations, and scaling and these things. And I started to see the opportunity that I can be more of an asset and help more people if I was actually doing the business operations and teaching more about what I've been learning, what we've been executing. So that's when I started to actually um, look for more conferences that were relative to business operations, automations, marketing, things of that nature. And that's when I came across tech conferences, and I started going to ClickFunnels type of events, and I started going to different type of meetups that were all relative to business, whether it's Chamber of Commerce events, whether it's I did a BN what is it BNI, which is like a morning group meetup for entrepreneurs. This is like with lawyers, with doctors, with different things. And I started to just understand different business models and how different people are doing business. And I started to think about how can my skills help these business owners. And this is when we started to sell our first marketing packages, our first media packages. It was all it went from us creating the content for ourselves. We were creating music, we were creating videos, we were creating marketing materials to sell our music and our merch and our products. And then I started to find out that I can sell those same skills to these other business owners who also needed it. And that's kind of when I first made my first $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 selling websites, selling marketing packages, content, different things like that. And this really started to impact the bottom line, because when we were selling $15 bundles, I had to sell a lot of bundles to make $100, to make $1,000. But once I started to sell these other packages of high ticket, I started to make a lot more money faster. And this is a crucial thing of how do you scale and grow online, because most people can't make their businesses profitable online because they don't have a high ticket offer. They're usually selling something low ticket like an ebook, a course, or something simple, and they're not actually taking advantage of selling a high ticket item. Now, what is a high ticket item? I say anything over $500 or $1,000, depending on your confidence, is a high ticket item. Because if you could sell a consultation, a done for you service, a course, a mentorship program, anything for $1,000 or above, now you have a significant amount of revenue from one deal that you can put in to advertise. And that's exactly what we started to do. So I started to actually put up money that I was making from my websites, making from these things. I started putting it into advertisements, and I started to get a lot of views online, on Facebook specifically. We were running ads and we were seeing tens of thousands of views. I'm talking about spending 10, $20. This is a long time ago. Spending 10, $20, and you get 100,000 people to see your videos, see your content. And we started to close even more deals, $5,000, $10,000 websites and stuff like that. So this is all stuff that I was learning and I was executing, and I was very, very excited about. Now, a big thing happened about 4 years ago when I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. I was passionate about working with entrepreneurs. I was watching all these entrepreneurs on YouTube. I wanted to work with them, but I was still stuck in Connecticut. And even though we were making some side hustle money with the selling websites and doing the marketing packages and our music business, and we opened up a studio, built out a whole studio, spent a bunch of money doing that, paying the rent for that studio. We're doing a lot of stuff and getting a lot of motion in Connecticut, but I had felt we were already the biggest in Connecticut, meaning there wasn't really too many other people that were doing music or business marketing at the same level as us in Connecticut. But when I looked at the market in Atlanta, I saw there was a lot of new people that were doing it way bigger than I was doing it in Connecticut. So I was very intrigued and wanted to go out there and be around these people who were thinking like me and who were also executing at a very high level. So that's exactly what I did. I basically, I bought an RV for like $5,000. I fixed it up in like 2, 3 weeks and renovated it. Spent another 5,000 re-renovating it. And this RV, I had never driven it longer than 10, 15 minutes. And I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go to Atlanta in it, which is a 16-hour drive. This is a 1989 Ford RV, and um, thank God it went over there smoothly. We got to Atlanta safely, me, my wife, and my dog, and we made it out there. And I already had a very specific plan of what I wanted to do. I wanted to join these influencers communities, work with them, get to know them, become their best mentees, their best, um, pupil, and show them that I know what I'm doing and that I can work with them. Not only be a mentee, but actually be a partner or a vendor to work with them. And that's exactly what I did. I signed up for 3 different communities. One was with Jay Morrison and the Legacy Center. He's one of my mentors at the time. Another one was with Recession Proof with him 500. Another one was with David Shands in the Morning Meetup. So I leveraged these 3 communities because they all had their own following, their own people involved. And I started to be a part of those communities. Every day I was interacting. Every day I was commenting, engaging, networking with different people. And next thing you know, I was in the room with these people because I was in these communities, I got access to exclusive events. And this is the importance of being consistent online and offline, right? Coming back to what I was saying before, I got really cool with everybody online, commenting, resharing, posting, sharing their stuff, and they were showing me love online. And then when I showed up and I was in person, now they put a face to the online profile. So now it started to build that trust, build that relationship. And mind you, this was 3 years ago when a lot of these guys weren't as growing as fast as they ended up during the pandemic, because the pandemic was basically in the middle of the pandemic when we left to Atlanta. And when I started networking with these people, they really appreciated the fact that I was so knowledgeable, that I had consumed so much of their content. I was so aware, um, and we went from there. Give me 1 second because I think I got to jump on a different call at the same time. Let me make sure I'm good over here. Hold up. So let me keep going. So while I'm sitting there networking with these people, I started to really build a relationship with a lot of them one on one because I was at these events again. And basically, as I was there and I'm helping them do all these things, I started to really learn and realize that. Hold up, there we go. So as I was building with them in Atlanta, I started to really come along and build these relationships. And I started with the first person that I really made a strong relationship with, which was Matty J. Matty J. I met him at an event called Next Level by Jeremy Anderson, who's all again. These are all people that they run in the same circles. So I was basically looking at the entire circle and seeing how could I get what are the different ways that I can get inside of this circle of big entrepreneurs and big people that I wanted to work with. And basically, Matty J became my connection. He became my relationship that I built with, and I showed him a lot of value. I told him, hey, I'll build some websites, I'll build some funnels for free, I'll do whatever I got to do to get close to you and to show you value. And he really appreciated that, so he started to work with me. He basically was my first deal in Atlanta. He paid me over $2,000 to help him set up some websites and some funnels and stuff like that. And that was the first time in Atlanta that now I had just gone out there. I was probably around 30 to 45 days into my journey in Atlanta. And I started to close that first deal. And then Maddie became my reference because I did great work with him. He started to refer me to the circle of influence and people that he worked with. So that's when he started to connect me with was a reference to me for Jay Morrison to work with me, and then Jay Morrison started working with me. Then he connected me with Skittles, Mary Seats, and she started to work with us. And then this is slowly we started to build a portfolio of different influencers that we got to work with because we were doing the right things. We were showing up in the right ways. Now, again, how did I show up in the right ways? One was social media. I was commenting, I was engaging, I was making sure that they knew that I existed everywhere they went. They saw Mr. Grow Your Business sharing, commenting, or liking some of their stuff. And then they also saw me live in person at their events, right? So this is a theme that I've realized is very powerful that most people don't take advantage of when it comes to building your business online. So as I started doing that, I started to get more and more influence in the communities. They started to have me be a teacher in a lot of their communities. So I started to actually coach and present my automations, my funnels, all this stuff that I was doing on the tech side in their community. So now I went from basically, I was a mentee to them, then I became a vendor to them, and then I became essentially a um, and at the same level as them. I would say as far as influence and being able to have connections because they were putting me on the stage and allowing me to teach and be in front of their tens of thousands of people in their communities. One of the biggest events that I did that I was a coach in was there was over like 1,500 people on a call for Recession Proof with Marcus and Him 500, and I spoke in front of those 1,500 people, and it was amazing energy on the Zoom call. I was showing them all my automations, my workflows, how I automated my business, and people were going crazy. They just loved the value, and that blew my page up, gave me a lot of interaction, a lot of love, and a lot of clients. I made a lot of money off of that call, right? So all of this stuff started to change my life. It started to really make me understand how these people were leveraging relationships to make revenue, right? A lot of times people think that business is all just transactional. Hey, I got a product, you got money, we do business. But when there's a commodity out there, anybody could do websites, anybody could do funnels, anybody could do automations or any of these things. But the relationship you're building with your audiences through content, the relationship you're building with these real life events, the relationship you're building by dropping value and giving people real value that they could walk away with, that's the real value that they want to spend money with. That's going to be what differentiates your business from their business or anybody else out there for them to want to do business with you. So that's exactly what I did. And I started to really gain a lot of confidence, a lot of awareness, and people started calling me the Automation King, which is now my nickname. So now a lot of people call me the Automation King because I have a dream that I can bring automations, tech, media, and the back end business operations and process and make it cool, make it urban, make it fun for people like us, people like me that are interested in this stuff, but they never saw people that look like me talking about it or teaching this stuff in a way that's relatable. But once all the things that I learned, I had to read from books. I've read over 175 books in the last 8 years on entrepreneurship, business development, operations, automations, these different type of things, technology. These books are all written by very wealthy white people. So I wanted to take that knowledge and be able to translate it and make it relative to an urban influencer, make it relevant to a young startup, someone who's just getting into the game. How can I do this? Because it took me a long time to learn that knowledge, but if I can condense it and make it simple and easy to follow, now the other people coming behind me could have a better leap, have a bigger opportunity. And that led to about 2 years ago, I did my first GYB live event where we had about 15 people come to my house in Atlanta. And I had all of my top clients that had paid me tens of thousands of dollars. They were partners with me in this event where they spoke about their skills and how they've been able to grow their businesses and scale. They were it was a big summit. Basically, I had like 15 speakers, which were all different partners or friends or different things like that, clients that I've worked with. And they talked about how they grew their business. And then basically, I broke down my blueprints, all my secrets on how do I get traffic online, the advertisements that we use, how do we make funnels to convert, all these different type of things. But long story short, that event really changed everything because off of that event, out of those 15 people that came, there was about 7 or 8 of them that went off to execute what I taught them in a whole nother level than I was expecting. So I put them onto my tools, I put them onto my software, I put them onto all this stuff, and then they went out and executed. And when they executed, the most beautiful part is they gave me credit. They said, "Hey, Chris is the one that taught me everything. Chris is the one that showed me how to do this. Chris is the one that did all this." And they still showed me a lot of love. Now, what I learned from that was that I have to do a better job of helping people get results. So it's no longer just servicing somebody, because what I was realizing is I can service somebody, give them education, teach them something, but then if I can't get them the result, then they're going to try to find other ways to get the results that they were looking for. And this could apply for any business model, whether you're doing accounting, whether you're doing social media management, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to be able to get your clients results. So this is when the whole game changed for me, because that's when I created my 4C's framework, right? My 4C's framework stands for culture, content, community, commerce. What I realized in dealing with all these clients is that they all had something going on with their business that wasn't working properly, whether it was the culture, which is their vision, their mission. They didn't have clarity on what they wanted to do and who they wanted to work with and where they wanted to take them. In business, if you think about it just like this, you are the bridge. The customer is here, they have a goal, which is here. They don't know how they're going to cross this bridge, they don't know how they're going to get there. So if you can be the person or the business service that gives them that bridge, then they have confidence that they can pay you whatever amount you want. All right. And that's the secret, because if you don't have clarity on that bridge and you don't know what you're taking them from here to there with, then you're just a commodity. You're just like everybody else. You're selling a simple website, a template, something, whatever. But if you have a lot of clarity and you understand that I'm serving influencer clients and I'm helping them build enterprise level backend. Once I got that clarity, my revenue went up 10x, because I knew exactly who I was talking to and what their problems were. I just had a meeting with my team today about this. The clarity of who the target audience is and the fears and the problems that they have is going to allow you to speak to the conversation they're having in their head. We want to get into their head and be able to interrupt that conversation and say, "Hey, we have a solution for you. Let us help." Now, because you've identified the problem and spoken about it with confidence, they have the confidence that you understand what they're going through. And now they see that you have an opportunity to get them out of that problem state. That's my favorite type of marketing. I don't want to market how cool it is. I don't want to market how great it is. I want to market how much pain you're in and how much opportunity you're missing out on because you're still in that pain. If you think about the elections right now, right? You got Trump talking about America's the worst it's ever been. You got this, everything's going to crap, all this type of stuff. He's identifying the problems of the American people. That's why so many people are backing him, because they're like, yes, you're right. I'm not getting paid as much. Yes, the gas is high. So they're letting all the immigrants in through the border. Like he's screaming all the stuff that's problems, right? And because he's highlighting those problems, the people that feel those same problems, they're passionate about backing him. Now, look at the other side. Kamala, she was in the beginning of her campaign, she was talking about joy and about love and about peace and about a new chapter and moving forward. And that actually helped her grow in the polls. And when she first came out, she was booming. She came out hot right after Biden. But then she switched her approach and started talking about how bad Trump is again. And Trump is bad, and I can't believe he's gonna end this. And her polls started going down. People stopped caring because she's not speaking as loud and as passionate about the problems as Trump. She can't win the problem psychology that America has. She's not going to be more vocal about that than Trump, because Trump has been consistent for 10 years from that angle. She has a better angle from as the candidate of change, as the candidate of opportunity. But because she's pivoted midway through her campaign, you can see how it's affecting her now. Now, how does that come back to my clients, right? Culture. If you don't know where you're taking that client to, where that bridge is, you're selling something that people do not want to pay for. As soon as you know the problem and you can paint the picture of that solution with that bridge, you immediately have the opportunity to charge over $1,000 plus for whatever service it is. I don't care if it's $100 service. I don't care if it's a $50 service. If you understand it clearly. So let me just give you an example. One of my mentors talks about a general doctor, I think, makes like 100,000 to 300,000 a year. A doctor that's like a general doctor, you will find at a HR, I mean at an ER, and can do your blood work, do all the good stuff, right? But then let's say you want to go to a specialist, someone who's a specialist at brain surgeries. Those doctors, they making well over 500K because they're a specialist. They know exact. You're not coming to them with your hand problem, your wrist problem, your elbow. I don't care about none of that. I'm a brain doctor. I surgically help with brains. So that specificity allows them to charge 3, 4 times more than a general doctor. This is the major key when you're talking about online business and scaling and growing. Most people are talking from general information. Once you start talking about specifics, you start getting better results. You start getting better returns on your investment on ads and all this type of stuff. So when I started talking about I help influencer clients build enterprise backends, my business started to scale up, because now even people who weren't influencers, this is the cool part, even people who weren't influencers wanted to do business with me because they knew they wanted to become an influencer. They wanted to become an enterprise. So even the people that weren't at the same level as my clients, they still wanted to work with me because they wanted to have the same level of infrastructure. So this is what started changing everything. Then I started to put out a lot more content. I was putting out content already, but as I was around these influencers, now I'm at these events, I see how I have a production company that's doing all the production for these influencers. I started to see how the sausage was made on the back end, and I said, wait, I could do this. I can make content 1 to 2 times a week in a long form content, and then chop it up and turn it into social media content. And that's exactly what we started to do. And then that started to be a consistent revenue stream, because each video, each blog, each whatever post that I was posting was bringing in a potential lead, a potential client. So I would get comments, I would get likes, I'll get DMs. Hey, I'm interested in this, I'm interested in that. And that's how I started to grow my online following and started to make more money on there. So all of this stuff is layered. It's not just one or the other. It's all layered on top of each other, right? So you got culture, you got content, then you got community. I told y'all, you have to build 2 types of community. One online, where people can come to these events, network, build relationships, and then one in person where people can actually pull up. And when you start pulling up, now you start being good. One of my mentors says it's all about your face card. Your face card is your relationship. If people can't say that, oh, I'm good with Jan, I'm good with Jacob, they do good work. If you can't get that testimonial when you walk in the room and somebody asks me, should I work with Jan? And I can't say yes, if that's your face card's not good. But if they say, should I work with Jan? Yeah, that's she's the bomb. She kills it. Okay, now your face card is good. Now that gives you more opportunities. More people are gonna bring more business to you, and that's what happened to me. I was going into all these rooms, and we were doing video work, we were doing funnel work, we were doing all these type of jobs for these people, and people started to ask, hey, is that person good? Can Chris get the job done? And people started saying, hell yeah, Chris could get the job done. So more people started coming, more clients. So I'm leveraging my online community, I'm leveraging my in-person community, and that's bringing in more revenue. Then last is commerce. I had to get all of my funnels, all of my systems, all of my automations and processes down, because if I wasn't able to do that, I wouldn't be able to serve 4, 5, 6, 100 customers at a time. I had to be able to figure out what are the right pieces I need to put into place so that I can be able to scale that out. And that's exactly what we started to do. So give me a one in the chat. Give me 100 in the chat if you picking up what I'm putting down. You understand what's going on. Let me know if you need me to break it down a little bit further. But I want to make sure everybody's on the same page here. So is this making sense to everybody? Give me a one in the chat. Give me a fire emoji, something. Yep, you got it. I see you, beer group. So you got the culture, you got the content, community, commerce. In the commerce side, this is when I set up my funnels, set up all my automations, set up all my stuff over there, and I started to really scale out my business. And this is why we created the CRM, the GYB, Grow Your Business CRM, Customer Relationship Manager. This is where basically what I did was I created pipelines. A pipeline is what are the steps that a client is going to go through when they do business with me. All right. So if a client is doing business with me, then there's going to be multiple steps. Let's just say, for example, for marketing, there's going to be the first step is they sign up for my website. They do something over there. When they sign up for my website, there should be an email that goes out and says, hey, there should be an email that goes out that says, hey, what's your name, email, and phone number? Welcome to the team. I'm excited to talk to you, whatever. When they book a call, there should be reminders that go out, emails, text messages, phone calls. Hey, we have a call coming up in an hour. We have a call starting right now. This took my show up rates from, I was getting out of every 10 people, maybe 2 or 3 would show up on the phone call. Once I implemented these automations, I would get 8 out of the 10 to show up on the calls. That's how important these automations are. Now think about that. If I got 8 at bats a day to make a sale versus only 2, you see how that can really impact the business dramatically. And then the next thing we started to do was schedule out our content. So we started to schedule out our content. So we would post photos, videos, audio, schedule it out for the month. So now I had a month of content ahead of time. So I'm ahead on my content. I got my sales funnels ready to go. And then I started to do call to actions. So every video, every post would have a call to action where it was saying, book a call with me now. Click the comment, grow your business, comment this. And then automatically they would get the link to the website to sign up to do business with me. This is how I started to scale out my operations and my systems, right? And then from there, I knew I could start running ads. I knew I could start doing other pieces of this to make it scale and grow even faster, right? So now let's catch it up to where we're at today. I understood this 4 C's was very, very powerful because my influencer clients loved the structure. They loved the value that I was providing to them, but I didn't know how to scale it out to make it accessible for everybody out there to really be able to tap in. And that's when I wanted to turn this into a software, into something more powerful, an AI, an algorithm. So what we did was we created the 4 C's assessment. The 4 C's assessment is basically grading and testing people on what level of the 4 C's they're at. Do they have a strong culture? Do they have strong content? Do they have strong community? Do they have strong commerce? Now, out of 100 points, you could be 20 points, 50 points, 80 points, 100, just like a test, right? Based on those things, then we know where to focus and how we can help and grow your business. And this is crucial, crucial, crucial because this started to really allow me to be more of a doctor of business, because now I can look at you, I can assess where you're at in your journey, and then I can give you the proper prescription, or hey, you need surgery, we need to get in there now. You know what I mean? So that's the power of the assessment. And what we did was take that assessment and then plug it into our CRM system. So that's all these big funnels and automations and operations that I was building for these clients. They were paying me tens of thousands of dollars, but a lot of the people that were watching me online, they necessarily couldn't afford those high ticket packages and those custom build outs. So that's when we wanted to create templates from those high ticket packages that we can then implement for the smaller businesses to be able to get the same result as the influencers and the bigger guys, right? So that's what we did next. We created the GYB AI experience. Now, the GYB AI experience is still a work in progress. I'm still in the middle of building that out, and my goal is to be launching that by the end of the month of November. So, for my birthday, I want to launch that. And essentially, what this is going to be an easy to work with interface. The same way I talk to my high ticket clients and I help them through building out their funnels, their automations, their content, all this type of stuff, you can do the same thing with an AI bot. So you'll be able to literally talk to it, say, hey, I want to open up a pizza shop. This is what I want from the pizza shop. I want to make $20,000 a month profit. I want to do X, Y, and Z. And it's going to take you through the assessment, help you identify what you have or don't have from the 4Cs, and then actually execute. So it's trained not only on my 4Cs model, but it's also trained on some of the best content in the world based on business, the top 100 books, the top 100 courses, all these different things on business operations, investment, all these different things on how you can grow your business. So we're taking that AI and we're turning that into a done for you partner for your business. So it's literally your ultimate AI business partner. And the vision comes from, I want to be clear, I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Iron Man, right? In the movie Iron Man, you got Jarvis, right? Jarvis is the assistant, the partner that helps Iron Man execute all of the goals. So it's not just Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, building everything. He's directly has a partner, Jarvis, who helps him execute everything. That is what GYB AI is all about. It's about becoming your Jarvis, helping you execute all the different layers that you need to make your business grow, from the marketing, the business plan, the automations, the funnels, the websites, everything that you need to launch and execute an online business. This AI is going to be able to do it, and it's going to be able to do it with the best business knowledge and strategies, with the best tactical templates and resources, and with the best speed, because it's actually doing it for you in real time based on the conversations you're having. So this is what we're building. This is where we're at right now. I want to make sure that I give the opportunity for everybody out there to come along this journey with us, because when I was starting out in business, I didn't have these type of tools. Like I told y'all, I started selling T-shirts and tank tops and CDs. We were selling music, and I didn't know that I was gonna end up being a CTO to different companies. I didn't know that I was going to end up being a tech person and building out these automations and operations for businesses. But I grew to that, and I expect my next goal now is to really become a full blown tech founder where we can launch this AI to the world and allow it to become something as big as or even bigger than ChatGPT. That's really my goal, is to be able to help all business owners from small to big take their skills and their resources and services and turn that into an entire enterprise backend. So we'll be making multiple funnels for all of their services. We'll be able to duplicate their content. So now they can make one video, and our AI will take that one video and chop it up and turn it into multiple video for reels, turn it into blogs, turn it into audio podcasts and different things like that. So these are the things that we're working on right now. Like, I'm super excited. Just got off the call with my developers. We're working through back-end issues right now and errors to make sure that we get that all fixed away for the November 30th launch, which is my goal. And I'm just super excited about all of this stuff. And I want to make sure that the people on my calls and the people that are working with me that have been through this journey, you guys get free first level access to this software and to this AI stuff. So What I want to do now is I want to give you guys a special offer that we're doing for the Halloween time for all this right now, which is we're giving you 1 year of access to our university, 1 year of access to our software, 1 year of access to me where you can jump on these calls and actually Q&A. So you can go on the Zoom, you can screen share, show me what you're working with in your business and be able to work together. And usually I charge over $700 an hour to sit down with me one on one and be able to get consulting and help coaching in the business. But what we're doing is we're giving all of this away for only $1,000, guys. I promise you, this is the lowest you're ever gonna find it. All right. So you're gonna get all of these things. 1 year of software where you get to use all of my funnels, all of my templates, all of my stuff. We're gonna guide you through how to set all that up on these calls. You're gonna get to jump on the calls with me and ask me any questions you have about what's the bottlenecks or the problems that you're having in your business right now. And you're gonna get access to my university, which is literally over 100+ videos of me and my team teaching what we do every day, how to build the websites, how to build the funnels, how to build the content, how to do all these pieces. So this is something that I want to offer only to the people that are here, that have been tapping in with me, that are in my audience, that have networked with me. You got the opportunity of a lifetime right now. $1,000 gets you good from now till next year, guys. You have an entire year to build this out with me. And my goal, as I like to move fast and get things done, is within 90 days, you should have cash flow coming in for your business online. You should have a website up. You should have ads going. You should have different things, media content being published and leads coming in. So that's the deal that we have right now. This is not going to be an offer that I keep around for too long. I want to share that for this Halloween weekend and really get more people involved. So if that's something that you're interested in, DM me on Instagram. Reach out to me at Mr. Grow Your Business _. And I want to help you the way I wish somebody helped me, because if I would have known what I know now 13 years ago when I started this music business and this production company and all this type of stuff, I would have been way richer right now. Way richer, trust me. But I'm super rich and wealthy because I get to live the lifestyle I want. I get to travel the world. Me and my wife have been traveling for the last 6 months. We're going to keep traveling for the next 6 months. We already hit Dominican Republic. In the last 5 months, I've hit Dominican. I started in Atlanta, went to Dominican Republic for 2.5 to 3 months, went back to Connecticut for about 2 weeks, then came to France, then went to Switzerland. I'm still in France now, and I'm going to be going to Italy and Spain in this coming month. And then I'm spending the New Year's in London. And then after London, we're going to Thailand. So I really want you guys to understand, none of this is possible if I didn't have my CRM system helping me get results. None of this is possible if I didn't have the operations and the people supporting me the way my wife set up my operations. So we have a team of people helping us execute. All of these things are crucial, and I want to make sure that you have access to that. And for you to get it for only $1,000 today is literally crazy, because I've paid 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 that I've paid to be in other communities and in other programs that teach you a quarter of what we talk about, that teach you a quarter of what I get into, and they don't even give you this level of one-on-one connection. So that's really what I want you to share with you guys today, was our journey. I'm going to be going live every Wednesday and Thursday talking about our journey, talking about the latest AI and tech stuff that's going on. And I hope you guys stay tapped in with us, ask questions, make sure you're building and growing yourself, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't always learning. Learning allowed me to become who I am today. And the worst thing you could do, especially in today's era where AI is growing so fast, every single day, every single week, there's literally bunch of new tools, bunch of new features, bunch of new updates that's occurring with AI. And if you're not in the loop, if you're not understanding what's going on, you're gonna miss out. So if you don't have the $1,000 today, no worries. Go and sign up for our GYB newsletter. You can go to chrismateo.com, all right? And you can sign up for the newsletter, and there you'll get free resources, free updates on what's going on in the AI world, what I got going on with new tech and new opportunities, and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. So the 2 ways you can work with me and get started today is, 1, sign up for the GYB newsletter at chrismateo.com, ChrisMateo.com. And 2, you can purchase the $1,000 offer that we have, and that's gonna be right in my link tree. You go to links.chrismateo.com and go to double my business today. That tab is gonna allow you to get that exclusive offer. All right. So I appreciate everybody on the call. You guys have a blessed weekend. Have a good Halloween. Make sure you trick or treat out there and get some good candy. And if you guys have any questions or need anything, I'm always just a message away. All right. I appreciate y'all. Peace.